because I didn't know anything else. But if you've ever heard of the Duggar family, that's the kind of thing I grew up with without the other part. None of my brothers ever, yeah. But, yeah, for a lot of environments, kids, they grow into themselves. Not in my environment.
So there were Catholic people that were evil?
They changed the title many times depending how many kids they had, but the official was 19 kids and counting. It was a very Christian fundamentalist cult group. I forget. What was the group called? I know some guy named Gothard started it. I think it was like something about the principles of Christianity. But anyways, they got taken off the air. They were like a sitcom for, they were like the Christian form of the Kardashian reality show. And they got taken off the air because one of the members of the family he moved through all his sisters, basically. And they caught on to it, and then the family covered it up. Yeah, that.
I hate when that happens. Like, why does family cover it up? Why don't they put them in jail or something?
Well, rewatching it now is much more funny, especially the parts where he's talking about saving himself for marriage. It always makes me laugh.
I feel like people mostly in church are like hypocritical half the time. For example, like everything going on right now. There's some people who actually follow the word of God, stuff like that.
I don't want to know anybody that follows everything in the Bible, because there's some stuff in the Bible I don't even want to think about today. I actually picked up a Christian lady, I want to say 19 years old, and she was talking about how the Bible is such a wonderful book, and I said, did you read all of it? And I said, there's some genocide in there. And she said, that never happened. And I said, maybe her Bible left out the book of Joshua or Judges or something. But, yeah. Christians like to pick and choose what verses they obey. In some ways, that's a good thing. Because they got a lot of slavery in there. But everyone I know that grew up Catholic is no longer a Catholic. What is that about?
I don't know, but my family sure is Catholic.
Are you a practicing Catholic or
No, honestly, because I grew up in the foster care system, so once I left my grandma's house, I stopped going to church and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, when parents say my child is Christian, I always say, give it time. Give them some financial and physical independence, and we'll see what they really are. Because if you're not standing behind them with a Bible to hit them to go to church, we'll find out exactly what they really are. I haven't been to church in 6 years. Of course, I grew up Baptist, so I stopped believing once I did some research on the Baptist. They're the ones that are kind of getting Trump into nationalism now.
Everything going on right now is crazy. And honestly, like, I feel like how you say, like, Christians believe what they want to believe. Because I feel like right now, everything going on, there is a verse, like, that says, like, I don't know exactly, but, like, it says if your neighbor's like an alien, like, treat them well. And that's not what they praise to be Christian, but that's not what Trump is doing and Trump's supporters are doing.
Well, the Bible also says to go into the tribes in Mesopotamia and kill everyone who's been married or is a man. A lot of Christians kind of overlook that one. Or Exodus telling fathers the righteous way to sell their kids into slavery.
What?
So yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of glad that Christians don't do everything that's in the Bible, because in the Bible, it's morally acceptable to kill your children if they disobey or are disrespectful. Yeah, people kind of forget those.
Yeah, let's keep it like that. Let's keep it forgetful because we don't. Some people will probably do it too, and justify it because the Bible said it.
Depending what continent and area you live in, if you don't show signs of virtue upon marriage, they can throw stones at you. That still actually happens these days. Yeah, I mean, when people say God is a loving God, and I'm thinking, where were you when he killed everybody? I used to love Noah's Ark. Now that's the kind of genocide we should talk about more often.
Oh, so it wasn't true. He actually killed a lot of people in Noah's Ark?
I mean, if you Google how many times God killed babies,